this town. My time is now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Everybody come on in. Guess what? It is Tell Me Something Good Thursday, and it is time for the On Your Now show. I am your host, Tracie B.
And I am your co-host, Yolonda Lankford. You know, they call me Lady Yo. You can call me Yolonda, you can call me Yo-Yo, or you can call me Lady Yo.
Well, what's up, Lady Yo-Yo? How you doing today?
Life is beautiful. I should be asking you how you're doing today.
Well, I'm excited about today. You know, I'm taking a little break because that's important. We need to take some breaks and make sure that we center ourselves. So I'm with my bestie, having a great time, sipping on some sunshine.
And you know what, y'all? She said everyone needs to take a break. She out there good timing. That's what she's doing. She's out there good timing. But you know what? She deserves it.
We all do. We really do. Good morning, Brenda. I see you. It's good to see you, Naylene. I see you. I haven't seen Naylene in a minute. Grace is with us today. Wow, we have all of our ladies are checking in. Bernice is here. Melissa, Laura, she had some birthday shout outs yesterday. Everybody's tapping in. You know, I am on break, but you know what? I'm always going to make sure that I find a way to tap into all of our good people. Good morning, Jason. But Lady Yo, you know the question of the day. What is in your cup?
Well, I have coffee in my cup. My cup says coffee is my love language. So I'll say I'm sipping on a little love this morning.
Coffee is my love language. You know what? I love words. And speaking of words, y'all know we have Leah in the house today. My coffee does not have words on it today, but I am sipping on some hazelnut coffee, and I'm backing it up because y'all know I'm on vacation, so I'm drinking water. You see this?
Yes.
This big old water. I'm going to try to drink 3 of these today. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I was doing the whole juicing thing, y'all.
Yes.
It was rough, but I did it. And so as a result of that, there's some things I've let go. You know, I've let go of the sugar in my coffee. Yes. But now my goal is 3 of these a day.
Well, let me tell you something, Tracy. I'm laughing at something else. You look like you're on a commercial. Not only is your big mug there yellow, but your nails are yellow too, honey. You are like you
yes.
are just all matching for you.
I might go live a little later when you see everything how it comes together. Thank you. Yes, Arnett, she said yes, breaks are so needed. It's so important that we take breaks. Naylene says she's on summer break. Where are you? I want to know. You know, we want to know. But Lady Yo, the good thing about everybody has something in their cup that they're sipping on, and that's really important. But the other thing that we have to realize is celebrations are important. You know, I'm here with my bestie because we are celebrating, like her birthday is this month. But you know what? The one thing that you say all the time is we got to celebrate birthdays every day. Celebrations and vibrant vibes. Do we have any birthday shout outs today?
We absolutely do. First, we want to say happy birthday to our very own, and when I say her name, everybody should cheer, Linda Robinson.
Woo! I love Linda. Happy birthday. Everybody say happy birthday to Linda. You know, it's all about community and making sure that she takes care of our girls and our boys.
She is awesome. I've known her quite some time, but knowing her in the new capacity at the Big Sisters, Big Brothers, and all the work she is doing, encouraging people to sign up. So during this summer, the kids have mentors and that will take them different places. So happy birthday, Linda Robinson. I have a big happy birthday coming from a husband to a wife. It is Lakeisha Warmack. It is her birthday, and her husband, Dr. Dewan Warmack, would like to say happy birthday. He says she is beautiful, classy, intelligent, and smart. All right, girl.
All right now. You know what? She better be. That's the thing about it. If the husband don't appreciate you, then why are you with him?
For him, yes. Well, honey, he does. And let me tell you something. I met her many years ago, and she just is a warm person, and she's so supportive, but stands in her own right, because if I remember correctly, she is an attorney. Okay, she has it going on, but more than anything, he just wanted to say happy birthday, honey. We have happy birthday going out to the wild and crazy Kim Webb Hampton. It is her birthday. If anyone knows Kim, you know she always has a party in her head that comes out and dancing starts every time you see her. We also have Loretta Moore in California, and Ken Renner is having a happy birthday. You know, have some vibrant vibes. They are going out to all the kids who are experiencing their last day of class today.
Oh, wow. So everybody in different districts, I know they have a different last day, but you know what? As we go into June, I bet this is the last week for just about for everybody. I remember that last day of school. Now you remember the last day of school. What did you all normally do on the last day of school? Because I know you're a country girl. So what y'all used to do on the last day of school?
We used to have a potluck picnic last day of school, and people, we didn't have a yearbook, but they would have some little pieces of paper. I guess it could be called a journal, and people would sign it because after the 8th grade, you would go to your prospective high schools. At the time, we only had one high school, but some people would go to like one that was out of the district or to the private school. So that was our big day, and the big thing was a hot dog. I mean, it was crazy. And the cakewalk. We'd always have a cakewalk.
Wow.
And you'd always go home with the prize. So last day of school was a big deal. So Loran Cunningham and Tim Cunningham, it's their daughter's last day of her junior year. Sadie is a senior after today.
All right. Look, she needs to make sure she signs up for our YWCA Future Leaders Academy. If you all know, we are looking for some uprising seniors to participate in that. But you know what, Lady O, when I was growing up, our last day of school was when you get your butt kicked. Somebody was going to be fighting on the last day of school. Yes, that's what it was in the city. If you didn't get your butt kicked throughout the year, it was somebody that was waiting for you on the last day. So that last day, you better run home.
But let me tell you, I hope it has changed. I don't want to hear anything like that, but that is hilarious. Of the things we remember, you know, also Lizzie and Greg Hoffman, their son Tyler is having his last day of school. And Latoya McFarland wants to say congratulations to her son, My. He graduated from kindergarten.
Oh, sweet.
And just in case they're watching, I want to say happy birthday to Anderson Cooper.
Oh my goodness. Happy birthday, Anderson, just in case you're watching.
Just in case he's watching. You know, Anderson is seems like such a kind soul. And I really remember him because his mom is Gloria Vanderbilt. And my very first pair of jeans were Gloria Vanderbilt jeans with a green and red stitching, honey.
Yes, they had. Look, that not only that, everybody put it in the shout. Because not only did I have Gloria Vanderbilt, I had Jordache and Sergio Valente. Okay, don't put me out there by myself. You didn't have any Sergio Valente?
You know, I didn't wear pants.
Okay, so everybody else, what pants did you all wear back in the day? We had the Gloria Vanderbilt, the Sergio Valente. I think, you know what else? The Calvin Klein.
Calvin Klein's. Was that Brooke Shields who did that commercial?
Yes, she did. She did. And then we also had Levi's, of course, because the guys wore the Levi's. Alex, he said he wore Wranglers. He wore Wranglers.
That's country. They were popular in where I lived out in the country. So the story behind me is I don't think if my mother was alive, she could tell me. I don't think I truly wore pants until like maybe the 7th grade or something like that. Yeah, wow. I don't wear them often now, but and is it your religion? I said, no, my mother.
Sassoon. Remember Sassoon? Yes,
Sassoon. I heard about them. I didn't have any, but I heard about them.
Girl, it's certain pants that only fit, us the right way. Guess jeans, yes. So we got to go back to those different times because that was the best. But speaking of Anderson Cooper, like he has the bluest eyes, and I love the way that he reports. That's CNN is my show, so one day we'll be on CNN, and maybe I don't know if I am interviewed by Anderson Cooper, then you could be interviewed by Don Lemon. Like, how about that?
I love it. I'll take it. And we have a lot to say. So if anyone knows Don Lemon, or if you know Anderson Cooper, Tell me to give us a call.
Give us a call. Do we have any more vibrant vibes? We're good.
We are good on the vibrant vibes, but yesterday you weren't with us yesterday, but I told everybody just go out and sprinkle a little vibrant vibes. And if that person doesn't receive them, just and they blow them away, they're just gonna blow them on someone else. So vibrant vibes all day,
all day. Well, you all know we always talk about making sure that you take care of yourself and be your best self. When I tell you that we have some great guests today, I hope that you all share, because Leah Spiros is going to be in the house and she's talking about her wrapped written words. Y'all know how I feel about words and all the different ways that you all can make sure that if you have a wedding, if you have different events. Titus is in the house if you need a driver for a wedding, for different events, all of that. But we got to start with ourselves first. So I want everybody to, as we prepare, take some deep breaths. We always say start it off with taking deep breaths. So everybody take deep breaths and release as we prepare for our word, our song of the day, best self. Everybody put it in the chat. Best self. Woo, yes.
Let's go, let's go.
Deep breaths. Deep breath out. And deep breath in. I can feel it. Deep breath in. And breathe out. All right, now I need you to do your circle. Yeah. Self-care, self-healing, self-worth, self-aware, my best self. Loving every part of me. I'ma be my best self. I'ma be my best self. Owning it. Look in the mirror and all I see is love. And take it one step at a time, 'cause I'm enough. Yeah. Beauty in a waistline and a smile in her face. Beauty is holding my head up with grace. And I thank God for the way I made it. Whoa. I'ma be my best self. I'm loving who I be. I'ma be my best self. There's no one else like me. Self-love, self-help, self-care, self-care, wrap your arms around yourself. Yes. Are you loving yourself?
Absolutely, absolutely. She said, I'm thankful for the way God made me. Amen.
Amen, amen, amen. That's what it's all about. You better be good. What did you hear? Did you hear a line? What new line did you hear today?
That line that she said, I'm thankful for the way God made me. Because, as women, especially, we pick ourselves apart, but we should just be thankful for all that we are, head to toe, back to front, side to side. People always say head to toe. You got to include the back and the front and the side. That makes it an entire you. So thankful for the way God made me.
Yes, inside and out. I'm thankful that God made you and that he allowed us to connect so that we can keep loving on ourselves and each other, because we got to take care of one another. Speaking of words and taking care of one another, we have our first guest. Y'all know how I feel about words. Everybody just put words in the chat. Who is our first guest, Lady O?
We have the beautiful and talented Leah Spiros. Leah is a local lettering artist in St. Louis, Missouri. A lover of pretty letters, words, and art since early childhood. Leah followed those pursuits to obtain an interior design degree from St. Louis Community College and Merrimack and Maryville University. In 2018, Leah left corporate America to pursue a family-centered life. And she launched her small business, Wrapped Plus Written. Bring Leah on up.
Woo! Good morning, Leah. How are you today?
Good morning, everyone. Hi.
Good morning. I always look in the background. I see all those words you have written out. I love it. Before we get started, tell us what gets you started. What do you have in your cup?
All right, this is my cup from a coffee shop in downtown or the Grove called Sweetwater's Coffee and Tea. And in it is my homemade medicine balls. So Starbucks offered a drink a while ago called a medicine ball. It was like in their secret menu.
Yes.
And I Googled how to make it on my own. And so it's like peach tea and jade mint tea with lemonade, hot
Yes.
water, peppermint extract, and honey. And it's
Look
delightful.
at there. Now she's given us the secret because Tracy and I like that too. That medicine, is it a ball or bomb? I'm not quite sure. But now that we have the secret, girl, thank you, Leah. Full of all kind of little secrets today.
Every time that we go speak, especially when the weather is bad or you in a different environment, I grab that medicine bomb. I call it a medicine bomb because it's the bomb, but it may be a medicine ball, Leah. At the end of the day, it's good.
Well, it's so good.
You know, we talked earlier about the words on the back in the background of your scene here today.
Yeah.
Talk to us about wrapped plus written.
All right. So wrapped and written really actually began with these words back here. I watched the movie War Room a while back. If anyone has seen that, if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth a watch. But it was talking about the power of prayer and the power of like putting God's word on our walls and being able to pray that and just be able to see it. And so when I was at work in my office, I would have scriptures on Post-its on my computer, on my wall, and just Post-its were everywhere. And I started thinking, and I was like, well, what if I were to make that visually pretty? What if that was aesthetically pleasing? Because God's word is beautiful on its own, but what if I could make that visually beautiful and more art-like? Then maybe I could put it in my home. Well, maybe other people want to put it in their homes. And so this started in a room that I had in my apartment where I would just go through and I'd find a passage and I would write it down. I just had Sharpie and paper and I'd write it down and post it. And I had this whole little, otherwise useless little niche room that floor to ceiling was covered in these passages. And when I moved, I just took them all with me and put them in my studio. And it's a blessing to look up and see it.
So did you always know you had the talent to take words and make them beautiful on paper? You said since a child, you liked writing things out.
Yes, I've always been into creating something. I've always been sketching or writing something. I was writing stories from, I don't know, since I could write. I loved it when my mom taught me how to do cursive, and back in the day when we got to learn cursive. And
you're right about when it comes to back in the day. They don't even teach cursive anymore.
They don't, and it breaks my heart. My son is still learning it. I'm still teaching him because I want him to know it. But so anyway, at 9, my parents gave me my first calligraphy set. They gave me this whole packet of paper and these calligraphy pens. And I just was so excited about making beautiful letters. And yeah, it started probably about then.
I love that.
Decided, this is something that I love to do. Why not start a business? Tell us about Wrapped Written. When did the business actually start?
So the business started in 2018. And it started because, like I said, I'd started by putting it on my walls and seeing what it was doing for me and wanting to bring that to other people. And the more I kind of talked about it and put it around, where people were like, oh, well, would you sell that? And have you heard about this? And would you put that there? And so later that year, I started trying to figure out, I would say probably about 2017, I started finding online calligraphy classes and calligraphy workshops and trying to hone the craft, not just go from what I thought, but actually learn technique and learn how to apply it to my own style. And then I started looking at what I wanted to see on my walls and what I admired in other spaces and learning how to implement that in a way that would translate different environments.
And it's something about something written out. People still laugh at me sometimes because I physically write thank you notes. There's something about seeing someone's handwriting and the love and the time it takes to do something like that. You not only write on paper, but you have different products that you can provide.
I do. I have a variety. I have a few that you can see right now. One of them is a journal. So this is a standard journal, which I'm super into journaling. And this verse is from Micah 6:8, which is It talks about doing justice, loving kindness, and walking humbly with your God. And so it's got this compass design. I hand lettered it with a metallic gold ink. And so the cover is hand lettered, and then it's your kind of standard journal on the inside with a pocket at the back. And so that's
so wait a minute,
something.
Leah. Like, you know, I have my journals here. I'm
Love it.
I'm on vacation, but I journal every single day. That's one of the things that me, my besties, we all love to do. Even with our programs, we love to journal. But is that custom? Like, we can get a custom made journal?
Yes, ma'am. Yep. Yep. And right now they're in navy, and then this kind of Merlot color also.
Oh,
and this one has a little more floral design.
I love it.
That's beautiful. Now, I had someone tell me that one of the greatest gifts they ever received was someone wrote out in script the last message she had from her father, the last text message, and it sits right there. Tell us what kind of things people ask you to create. Is it just some weddings inscription? Is it what kind of things do people ask you to do?
There is a variety. It runs the gamut. But along those lines, I have had some people that have given me sort of bereavement, remembrance, keepsake projects. And those are very special. Someone has had the lyrics that were sang at their parents' funeral and asked me to letter that as Prince. And then they sent those to all their siblings. I've done framed signs that had a passage that was very special to the passed away mother. And so that's been something that has been requested. Canvases, oversized canvases. I've got someone asking for a full hymn to be lettered rim to rim on a canvas.
You do weddings as well, right?
I do weddings, I do events, churches, signage, wayfinding, all of it. If it can be written on, which I can.
How far in advance do people have to get the words to you?
I would prefer a minimum of 2 weeks. Pretty standardly, I can turn it around at about that time, 2 to 3 weeks. So it depends on the project. A hymn will take a lot longer than a 5-word quote. Yes, it depends on what they want it on. But haven't met an impossible project yet.
Oh, listen, she said, I haven't met an impossible project yet. I haven't.
I like the challenge.
Now, I know that, tell everybody your location, because you also have some upcoming events, correct?
I do. So during the summer and often in the fall, I will try to do some farmers markets around town. This weekend, I have a spring makers market at Long Row Lavender in Wright City. It's a lavender farm, and they will have a makers market with 20 plus vendors, all local artisans that are doing their craft, and I will be a lettering artist that's there. So, and then after that, we've got Lake St. Louis Farmers and Artists Market, and hopefully trying to finish that through June, weather permitting.
Love it. Yeah. Now tell us your website, because everybody's like, I saw earlier, Kathy says, I'm texting you, I'm calling you. People want to know how to get in touch with you. They can come to your event. Tell them how they can get in touch with you.
Okay, our website is wrappedwritten.com. WRAPPED WRITTEN.com. There's a tab in there for upcoming events if you want to know where we'll be in person. There's also tabs for customer inquiries and wedding and event inquiries if you have something coming up and you'd like me to quote it and see if that's something that you'd like me to do for you.
Well, I love it. I love words. I can't wait to make sure that we can get together, because I want to just have Own Your Now and I Define Me words everywhere. But you know what? You're about words, so this is something we share together. Please tell us your affirmation word for today.
Oh, my affirmation word today is grace. Yes. That's a word that I feel like continues to pop up from different angles. It was in our message at church on Sunday. It's been in my quiet times this week. And I think that's something that God is reminding me of how much that He's shown to me and how that needs to be shown to others. and daily trying to show me how to practically apply that in my interactions with others, starting in traffic and at home and elsewhere. Where can grace be applied? So that's the word.
I love it. I love that you also you make it, you said applied. So you really turned it into a verb. Like grace is a verb. She said, how do you apply grace to others and everyone? Thank you so much for saying yes to us. Yes. We can't wait to get in contact with you because we got work to do. We got work to write.
Words to write. Words to write. Thank you so much again, Leah. You have a special talent. It's a unique talent. And for anyone that's looking for a unique gift, check out Leah Spiros. Go to Wrapped Plus Written.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, ladies.
Wow, lady. No words. Every time I see a blank wall, I'm like, do you know the words that could go on this wall?
And isn't it nice to see someone with a unique talent? And I always tell everyone has a talent. You just have to let your light shine. And she chose to leave a corporate America job to let her light shine in her God-given talent. Yes. I can appreciate her for that.
Yes. Well, you know what? I tell you one thing, to have one, I've seen like chairs with words and stuff like that, but to have a wall just full of words, that's one of my goals. So I'm gonna get my wall wrapped. I'm gonna talk to Leah about that. But you know what? The thing about it is when you go outside your walls and you're ready to hit the road, sometimes you're like, you know what? I just want to enjoy it. I just want to not get behind the wheel and just let someone else take care of all the transportation. Speaking of transportation, do you know who we have coming up next?
We do. We have Titus Transportation.
Yes, we do. Titus has traveled from the back roads to the big cities and everything in between. As the founder of Titus Transportation, he shares his joy for travel, conversation, and knowing his way around town with his clients. He's born in Cape Town, South Africa, where he's traveled from the back roads, from everything in between. And now he's going to make sure that you all know that their mission is to make life easier by bringing world-class quality chauffeur and shuttle services to the greater STL area. Bring up our brother, Titus Pule. Good morning, sir. Unmute yourself and come on into us. I think he's muted. Unmute yourself, Titus. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hi. Good morning, folks. Technical difficulties. I apologize.
Oh, you are perfectly fine. I say the phrase nowadays is unmute yourself. We are so glad you unmuted yourself because you have so much to share, your story of your life and what you're doing now. Before we get started, tell us what's in your cup.
So I have my beautiful cup right here for the St. Louis Blues. You know, as you all know, let's go Blues. You know, inside I have water with a little bit of a touch in it. It's just for hydration. I was struggling to drink water on a daily basis until somebody say, hey, have you tried some of these things like Crystal Light? You know, like all the stuff, kind of like the I don't know how to say it. It's the
electrolyte?
The electrolytes.
Electrolyte stuff, right? You know, to do the hydration. And if you go to Amazon, wherever and stuff like that, my favorite one is called Drip Drop because they got all the different flavors. It's like a 32-pack thing. Okay. And with that, I'm able to drink anywhere between 8 to 10 32-ounce bottles of water. So, yes, I know. It's like the best thing.
I'm trying to do it. I didn't think about like the Crystal Lights, the flavors that you add to it. I normally just, add like some lemon or like a little lime or some cucumbers, but you have the flavors and they're pretty good, huh?
Oh my God, they are amazing. I mean, like I said, and I have a 12-year-old who is terrible in drinking water. He used to be good before he was 12, and now that he's 12, it's a struggle trying to get him to drink water. But with those things, they add a little bit of flavor to the water. And before you know, you've drank like liters and liters of water in a day.
Wow. Well, thank you. So, thank you for that insight. But, I want to know some insight on this transportation company you have. Tell us, you came from, did you say Cape? Where do you come from?
South Cape.
South Cape.
Cape Town, Africa.
Cape Town. And you decided that when you came here that you would open a transportation company. Tell us what you do and what you love about it.
Transportation is everything. As a kid, I've always wanted to be a butler, because my parents, we used to go to Europe a lot. And that's where the concept of butler is like a very common concept. You got all these big houses with a guy who dress up every single day, and he gets to drive around the people that he works for, all these nice cars. And I was just like, man, when I grow up, I want to be a butler. My mom will look at me like, no, you can't. You got to go to school. You have to be a lawyer. You have to be a doctor. You have to be something. And of course, right? I went to school. I was supposed to be a lawyer, did the whole thing, but changed my mind, wanted to do something different. Even for grad school, I went for business. But then I went for the corporate world. I went for Capital One and then Merrill Lynch. And still, it wasn't fulfilling at all. It's like I wanted something more. I just didn't know what it was until the idea of a car service just popped up in my head in the middle of the night. And I'm just like, you know what? To hell with it. And at that time, I didn't know anything about the transportation business except that I wanted to be in this whole concept. Because one of the biggest things that I realized when I was moving around was the lack of customer service in all the transportation companies. You call a cab, in those days, when you call a cab, you don't know who's going to pick you up. You're sitting there waiting, and you call them back to ask them, okay, where's my cab? And they said, it'll get there. So you are at the mercy of just the elements, like sitting there not knowing what's going to happen. So then I said, okay, fine. But it was tough getting into the business at that time because there was the monopoly that only 34 cab companies control the whole business. So you couldn't just start on your own. You had to go under somebody in order for you to be able to get into the business. And for me, I started with Harris Cab Company, one of the first, minority-owned company in St. Louis. And when I tell people this, they think that I'm not telling the truth. I have pictures to prove, like, listen, I used to be a cab driver. But then even then, it still wasn't enough because I felt like I could do more. So I decided I'm going to go out on my own. And the city said no to give me a permit to be able to operate on myself. So for the first year and a half, I was doing illegal transportation because I did not have the license to do that. I had built my own clients when I was a cab driver because I had business cards. I gave them my personal number for them to call me. I was giving them the best customer service that anybody has ever done. The only thing that was lacking is I didn't have the capital or the resources to have my own because you're supposed to have a minimum of 5 vehicles. And where was I going to get 5 vehicles when I didn't even have a dime to my name? So
wait a minute. You said that literally you didn't have the vehicles. And then today you have a fleet, right?
Oh my God, yes. It took years to get to that, and because the thing that I realized, St. Louis is a very small, vibrant, and very connected city. If you do something right and people get excited about it, they become your biggest champions. They talk about it. And before you know, people are just calling. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, how did you hear about me? Oh, so-and-so told me about your business. And then we just started building onto that. And the biggest challenge also was being able to get dependable drivers. Because like any other business, finding the right team is the biggest challenge. And I went through so many drivers, or I call them my team, because it's all a collective effort right here. And, it struggled, but eventually I was able to, help, guide, motivate, mentor the team that I have. And I'm so proud of them. And we do an awesome job. And I tell them every single day, customer service is everything. We work on relationships because once we do everything right, the money will follow. And that's where we are right now.
So you all offer private driving services, airport pickup, shuttle services, wedding services, city tours. What is the best experience that you can recall that you're like, oh my God, this was really a great day? Because, it's nothing like someone needing transportation and not having it. And you were able to say, I got you.
Yes.
It's like, there's so many stories in my head. I mean, I have people that, especially at Center for Advanced Medicine, Advanced Jewish Hospital. People come from all over the world to bring their kids over here. And I didn't even realize this. I'd given somebody a ride when they were bringing their child over there, and they're coming from Australia. And, you know, you are in a foreign place, new city, you don't know anybody, your child has to go to the hospital, and they were staying at a hotel, which is the Chase Park Plaza down the street. And every day I'll pick them up in the morning, take them to the hospital. And then the wife will stay with him. Then I'll take the husband. He'll go to the mall to go get something, go to the grocery store, get something and stuff like that. And to me at that time, it was just like I'm helping them and stuff like that. What I didn't realize is there are so many people back in Australia that were waiting to come here, and they were sharing their everyday experience with them. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting emails coming from Australia, people saying, hey, we're bringing our daughter next month. You have to be there. You have to come pick us up at the airport and stuff like that. And then I'm just like, who told you that? It's like, oh, you know, Mark, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my God. Oh yeah, I remember Mark. And they're telling me all the stuff that I didn't realize he was paying attention, because he'll come out of the hotel, I'm sitting there waiting for him. We'll go to the grocery store, I'll help him pick up all the stuff and explain to him what this is and stuff like that. To me, that was just part of my job. But to somebody, that was a lot. And that's when I realized, you know what? You never know who's paying attention. And every single day, you have to be out there to do the best that you can. And especially if you say you're all about customer service, you know, every single day, you know. So
Yes, I love that story, because, you know, if you ask the average person, tell us about your best experience, they would say something about a celebrity or something like that. He said, my best experience, my story is the referral from a gentleman that he thought he was just helping in a day-to-day of taking them to see their child, but the referrals he received.
I think that, you know, it speaks to, he says, we offer you world-class services, meaning that the business that started right here is a global service, especially when it comes to people coming in and out. Yes. Sybil says, God is so good. Blessings. You are truly a blessing. I can't wait. We gotta at least plan a event or something. You also do huge events for airport shuttle, but large, if people need large events as well, correct?
yes, ma'am. I mean, for us, there's nothing like it's too big or too small. I mean, we do everything from, I mean, we have clients that have elderly parents that they don't want them to be driving. So we take them to the doctor's appointments. People go into the winery. Like right now, when I was sitting in the backstage waiting, I'm talking to this lady. They have a girls' trip going to the winery out in in Hammond, Missouri. And they're asking us questions. Can we bring this? Can we bring that? It's like, whatever you want to do. We have party buses, we have shuttles, we have SUVs. I mean, basically the thing is, if you want to have a good time, Titus Transportation is there. Just give us a call. We'll come pick you up. We'll give you the best service that you've ever experienced. That is a promise.
We need to put your website back up. He's like, whatever you want, we have the experience and we'll make sure that we take care of it. You know, the one thing for sure, Lady O, Melissa was like, you got to have Titus. This man is world class. He makes sure that he takes care of his customers, and he spoke about relationships. And so we appreciate that. Titus, you know we got to go, but we got to ask you, what is your affirmation word for today?
Oh, that one is very simple. Reinvention.
Okay.
The COVID has, if anything, has taught us a lot. You know, it's like so many things happen that nobody saw coming. And for us, the transportation business was hard hit. I mean, we were almost like 90% down. And then thinking about how am I going to be able to keep my team and, you know, keep things going, I had to reinvent. And on top of Titus Transportation, during this whole COVID experience, we're able to add another part into the Titus Transportation, which is auto detailing. You know, we detail vehicles. We come to your house, we grab up your car, we go give it a brand new look, and we bring it to your house. We'll come to your office, pick up your car. 2-3 hours later, we bring it back. It's looking all clean. If you are flying out of STL, Signature Flight Support is on the other side of the airport. That's where we are based out of, where we do all the detailings and everything. You can text us the day before you fly out. You know, meet you up at the airport, exchange information, everything, take your car clean. When you come back from your out-of-town trip, you are walking into a brand new clean car. So yes, that's the reinvention that I had to come up with. And trust me, God is good. all the time.
Yes, yes.
Has been
You know,
awesome.
awesome. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for world-class service. Look, we back outside now, Lady O. All we got to do is call Titus and say, where we gonna go? Where we gonna go?
You ready
You
to
know,
roll?
right. Who needs Uber? We got Titus Transportation. Thank you so much for coming on, and we look forward to meeting you face to face.
Yes.
Folks, it's been a great pleasure. Thank you, Miss Tracie, Miss Yolanda. I know I'm going to be seeing you soon. So when you come out of that airplane, Titus Transportation will be waiting for you, man. We're going to take you home.
Thank you. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Take you home. You know, speaking of home, you know, we keep talking about how this is, we did some cool stuff for Mother's Day. He's also a father, but that's a good thing, like getting your hubby's car detailed, a father's car detailed. They're coming in and out, just get the car done. And then that's the cool one. I'm always saying detail my car, but you know how men feel about cars. That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Titus, you know what? We're going to send you some people for Father's Day. You know, one thing I liked about Titus is his smile, and he was so genuine. And he really means, I'm going to take care of you. And the same thing with Leah. You know, if you give her words and you want her to put them on script, she does it with a passion, and she believes in the words, and she wants to give you a gift that is a one of a kind. There's something about getting something that's one of a kind.
It is, you know, my tagline is I define me. And so no one else can define you. That's what it means to be an original. And I love that. I really do. Everybody start dropping your words, your affirmation words below. You know, Lady O, I know that we're going to get the On Your Now flow going. But before we do that, I want to tell everybody my word that I chose today is water. You know, of course, I am on break. I won't be on break long, but a lot of times when you experience water, I took a video so you all could see what this looks like. When you experience water, it allows you to just be still. And that's something that I think that oftentimes we take for granted. We feel like we got to keep moving. But no, you can be still. And so my word for today is water, because I am going to just get out there, enjoy the sun coming up, and really embrace what it looks like to really take in the water. That's what I'm doing. So I don't know if you can see it.
We saw it, Tracie. We saw that beautiful scenery. Yes, girl, you get on out there and put your toes in the sand.
Yes. That's what it's all about. I think that we have to remember that not only is there water out here that replenishes us, but also the water we drink. We talked about that. Titus talked about that. I talked about that. You always have a backup. Shameem is always talking about water. Water is healing. That's all. Yes. I have to say. It is literally healing. So as we jump into our own Your Now flow, I see a lot of people are putting their words in. I'm going to start with number one, the fact that Leah said grace. But before I do that, Lady O, you know I can't leave you out, sister. What's your affirmation for today? You know I'm not going to leave you out. I got to go, but I'm going to take my time when it comes to you.
Thank you, my dear. I am going to borrow a word from Titus, champion.
Yes.
Champion. You have to champion someone else. Cheer for them. Champion yourself. Cheer for them. Help them to become number one. Help them get along down the road. So my word today is champion.
Champion. Okay. So here we go, y'all. I think that it is important that we realize that sometimes we do so many things for ourselves, and we're running and we feel like, oh, I'm running out of time. And, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do everything. But this is when we give ourselves a little bit of grace. And when we give ourselves a little bit of grace, we realize that we can do amazing things, because when we do these amazing things, it allows us to reinvent our now. We say, okay, what do we need to do now? How do we pivot in times such as this? Because when we're able to do this, we realize that there is leadership within us. But you can't just jump out there. You got to acknowledge that there are people out here that are literally ready to do the work. And when they're able to do the work, then they realize the value of the journey. So I hope and pray that, you know, a part of the journey is that you don't just like look at all the other people that are doing things, but you are also humble about the things that you do. And you realize that we all have this gentle spirit inside of us. And when we remember what that looks like, we can experience joy. And I know that the joy that I have inside of me is the joy you have inside of you. And it brings us a sense of peace and humility. So at the end of the day, I want you all to understand, yes, we know for a fact discernment is real. When you say, this is what I want to do, no one can stop you. Titus says, no one can stop you. We are individuals. We're all out here trying to be true to ourselves and being kind to everyone else. But always remember that it's important that you be your best self. Lady O, today has been great. The On Your Loud flow is everything. But at the end of the day, I want everybody to know, if you all decide to go outside, it's your choice. Wear a mask or not, but please be safe. And if you decide to stay inside, hold up your cup or look, your water bottle.
Or both.
Sipping, shelter in place. And we will see you all same time and same space tomorrow on the On Your Now show. Bye-bye, everybody.